and you are here for a private webinar that you are here by invitation only because you participated in our trader community survey. We're really excited about that. Looks like rough numbers, quarter of you are here. The rest of you will have the opportunity to watch the recording. We'll send that out. So we thank you for participating, and the insights that we gathered were really interesting, and we're going to be sharing some of that with you. And then Bella's going to be giving you a presentation that involves a lot of response to what was submitted as far as challenges, strengths, things that have been going well for you, areas that you're focused on. So it's going to be very insightful for you based on what we read. Real quick, reminder, SMB Training is not a broker-dealer. This is given for educational purposes only. We're not making any recommendations for you to make trading decisions. Anything we do talk about as far as trading is just for educational purposes only and would be hypothetical as well. Okay. This is just a very rough draft. You can see probably off to the right that it's 6 pages long. The summary that you're going to get, or actually the details that you're going to get in the next couple of days as a participant, you're going to be getting these responses. All this is a summary of the extensive amount of data that we gathered. And we're going to go over it. I'm going to share just a few of these highlights with you. I am looking for like a zoom button, but I'm just going to assume you guys can, oh, there we go. All right. So we received 322 responses. So I call that a good data sampling. By the way, I'm kind of the one doing this because I do like to do a lot of the number crunching. So I got to have some fun digging through this and kind of analyzing it a little bit. And I'll be doing some more of that as I prepare the document and final report that you will get via email. So what we asked, and I don't have the full question, but I just have a kind of a word to indicate what question it was, but we asked you about what time frames you trade on. And we had majority of intraday. You could answer multiple times, but we had a majority at intraday, a little bit more than half at swing, and then less into the position trading. So that's who you're kind of dealing with, and being with SMB makes a lot of sense for that. As far as markets being traded, 63% in the equities market, 42% of you are trading futures, so it's higher than I expected. Options at 46%, that's probably a little higher than I expected as well. Maybe not all market neutral type options, but involving some type of options trading, that makes sense. And then a low number down in the Forex market, which doesn't surprise me at all. I've talked in other classes about a lot of the stats about Forex being a market where even on the professional level, it's much harder, and for many years now, it's been harder to generate gains, especially just first of all, positive results, and then secondly, ahead of most of the other types of trading. Not that you can't, but it's definitely a more challenging market statistically to become profitable in. Trading styles, we had a big majority in momentum and a really small relative number in mean reversion. So I found that interesting. If this was my presentation, I'd probably dive into that and kind of giving my opinion on it. But in short, I find that a little surprising. Being that you could answer multiple times, I would think that mean reversion should be a higher number for short-term traders, at least to have a context of mean reversion, keeping that in mind. But neutral in there, and that's probably related a lot to options traders, being market neutral, kind of playing the long and short positions against each other at the same time. Or that could be pairs trading as well in equities and futures. Quant comes in at a low 8.41%. So I personally, and I know it's been an encouragement on the desk from the partners to all traders on the desk and in the community, adding automation, adding quantitative analysis. You don't even have to trade automatic strategy. You don't have to have an automated system to be a quant trader. You just have to have quantitative analysis. So statistics, back testing, deeper dives into history and building out an expected edge in the market. So I really hope, if we do this next year and ask the same type of question, if this was not on your list to learn, oh, somebody closed. What happened here? There it is, I'm back. Okay. If this isn't on your list for improvement next year, I think it should be. So consider that, adding quantitative trading, becoming more bionic in your trading. Other came in, and then so we get a lot of text responses, and this is a word cloud that the words, the larger words, are the ones that were used the most. So trend trading, that was probably could have been a default question or a default fill in the blank or check mark answer. Price obviously isn't a type of strategy, but it's just a word that was used. Support and resistance comes in there. Market profile had a lot of responses as well. Day trader. Trading is just, again, it's just a word cloud. So if you gave a sentence long answer, a lot of people use the word trading when they're talking about trading, believe it or not. Next questions. This is the same thing. It's just a different way of looking at it. That trend trading here came in 11, so it's not a huge number, but it did come in as the highest used word for individual responses after the default answers that you could select. Here's where it kind of gets even more fun. Where traders in our community had the most success this year. Now the year's not over, but we got a big majority of the year over with, so you can kind of look at it and say, where have I had the most success? And you got to share that. And that was all open text response. So we had to do right into the text analysis. We see here options had a really big response here. One little nuance to that is we do have equities and stocks. Those are kind of the same area, so putting those together probably would actually put that in the lead. But a lot of success in options trading, futures trading, momentum, which is a big focus. There seems to be some success going on there. I guess we could do some deductive analysis here and say what's not on here or what's small in this. Here on a specific strategy, broken wing butterflies is in the list. That's personally what I trade the majority of. That's where I spend the most time is options and broken wing butterfly options. I'm guessing selling puts and some volatility trading in there. Netflix, okay, that would be a specific thing. Netflix comes in as well as NVIDIA as two named stocks where people had success this year. All right, and then where do you keep track of your trading stats? That was the next question. So let me just zoom out. Oh, I can just go, yeah, that's good. You can see most of it here. So tools where you keep track of your trading stats. All right, so I found that interesting. I'm going to skip down to the word list here. Excel and spreadsheet. All right, they came out on top. If you put those two together, then it's a real outlier, big result here against everything else. The next result is actually the word trading, which is just kind of always mixed in throughout any type of open response. Trader view basically is what comes in at a distant second to a spreadsheet. So obviously spreadsheets are free. It's customizable. You can do a lot with that. If you're sophisticated and have a lot of experience, you can program them and do all kinds of great things. You can do I've seen automated trading out of spreadsheets. So there's a lot you can do with those. So Trader View, I have a little bit of times I've used it where I've put in some automated trading into it. Really is a fantastic tool. So if you have not looked at Trader View, it's obviously very popular, and that's something that I would recommend you consider. Biggest challenges, all right? Biggest challenges. Consistency, big one. Trading, obviously, as we know. Getting, not sure. I'd have to go look at that. Why is getting? Again, getting more consistent, getting into the right things, all right? Discipline, setups. These are challenges we're talking about. Over trading comes in kind of big. risk management. These are things, if these are things that you've thought of for yourself, then these are things that you can see it's common for others. These are areas where there are challenges. If you see things on here, just kind of taking a look while you're sitting here, look at this word cloud and look at some of these big words and think, is this a challenge? Is this a problem that you have in your trading and possibly are not giving it enough weight? Is this something you are not trying to fix that you really need to make a priority to fix, to embrace talking about over trading risk, talk about risk management, talk about size? These are things that if you need help with, if you need to work on them and you've been ignoring them, you're not going to make it to the next level until you master these things. All right. Plans to improve next year. All right. Strategies. Very interesting. If I had to guess which word was going to be the top word for plan to improve, or one of them, I don't even know if that's just how far up, if I'm just thinking that's the biggest word. Yeah, it's improve and plan, so then the next one is strategy. If I had to guess before seeing this what was going to be the most popular word, most commonly used word for plan to improve, strategies probably would not have been it. Actually, I would have thought consistency, what was mentioned in challenges, I actually thought maybe that would be the number one word. But strategies, looking for strategies, finding strategies, it makes sense. That's what I use. I'm a very strategic trader, less discretionary, more rule-based, more quant, more backtesting oriented. That's where I found some success. I do know there are traders on the equities desk that struggled as discretionary traders and became more quantitative, more strategic, more rule-oriented, more about trading certain setups and allowing computers and technology to guide them to those. That has been a breakthrough thing for a lot of traders. So I do encourage you to consider that. Think about adding strategies to what you're doing. So that is it for the brief summary. This is not the full report you're going to get. This is just wanted to share with you some of these cool tools that showed the word cloud and the frequency of responses and where the majority of responses came in. But we're going to share with you the actual language, all of the responses, full sentence, typed out responses that were submitted by you, 322 of them. We're going to share those with you. I highly encourage us. That's basically like sitting down and having a conversation with a large group of like-minded traders from around the world, letting them answer that question in their own language, in their own terms, and anonymously, just being able to share it honestly. So I look forward to getting that formatted for you and getting it sent out here very shortly. If you got the email to come to this webinar, then you're going to get the same. You're on the same list to get the afterwards. All right, so that is it for the intro and the overview, and the reason you're really here for Bella to teach you is now going to start.
What are you doing to be a better trader for 2017? Right now is a great time of year to take a step back, assess where you're at, and plan for the new year. SMB can help you do that this year. Spend an entire hour with me. We'll take a look at where you are, maybe find a few holes, and I will give you some specific ways that you can improve and things to look at to take your trading to the next level for the next year. It's $75. If you don't feel like you've gotten value from our conversation and it's been a waste of your time, just let me know at the end of our hour, end of our conversation, and we'll give you your money back, no questions. If you do end up doing more serious training with SMB in the future, you can apply that $75 towards whatever course or mentoring or whatever it is that you end up doing. Literally have nothing to lose here. I look forward to speaking with you over the next couple weeks as we look forward to 2017 and being better traders than we were in 2016.